So my guy who did foreclosure.
Behind the back! Are you serious? No hesitation on the shot. Ms. Rice feeling it. Make it 3 for 3. And Ciolino, see you later. Here's a chance for Sias, and there's a shot and a goal.
Will Spare will take it all the way. Touchdown Seahawks.
The extra look and the goal. A gorgeous goal by Welcome to Bethpage High School, where this afternoon the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this Nassau Conference 3 showdown between the visiting Warriors of Wantagh coming in at 1-0 and the host Golden Eagles of Bethpage also at 1-0. Good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler here with Mike Hungerford. And Mike, a rivalry today is renewed. It's been a couple of years. Obviously, Wantagh last year down in Nassau Conference 4. Bethpage traditionally a 3. Both teams traditionally Nassau Conference 3. They get their rivalry renewed today. First matchup since 2019. Should be a good one.
Great to see these two teams back at it again. Always a good battle, and they'll quickly remember what it's like. These kids will remember what it's like playing Wantagh, playing Bethpage very quickly.
Sparks, the opening kickoff. It is fielded at about the 5-yard line, and the return will go to about the 20. We'll take a look at our impact players for this matchup. First, for the visitors from Wantagh, it is Tyler Martini. 6'1" senior, 210 pounds a week ago, 14 carries, 182 yards. Had a couple of receptions and a touchdown as well. All Long Island's second-team player a year ago. The standout tailback for Wantagh, and for Bethpage, it'll be their halfback as well as their linebacker in Brian Luzzy. Terrific lacrosse player, outstanding athlete. He'll go to Stony Brook to play. He was committed verbally to Stony Brook. Will go to Cornell to play lax. 1st and 10 for Wantagh. Run right. There is Martini, and let's take a look at the starters for Wantagh first up front. Their offensive starters. You've got Benkovic, Sakos, Palladino, Casey, and Aldino up front. The quarterback is Joe Legovich. The wingback is Sean Carlo. Fullback Mark Manier. Tyler Martini. Tailback Anthony Reale, the wide receiver, and the tight end is Luke Janasco. Second down. A little push forward. That'll be good enough for a first down. Let's take a look at the Bethpage defense now as the chains get moving. Up front, it's JoJo Miranda at end. You've got Jacob Koretz, John Tangle, Anthony Falabella also up front. Luzzy, Corbo, David, and Cucurello are your linebackers. Your cornerbacks are Crum and Burns. At safety is Luke Galgano. Fresh set of downs for Wantagh. It's Legovich under center. Handoff goes the opposite side. That's Carlo getting into the secondary. And he is taken down inside the Bethpage 35-yard line.
Yeah, Wantagh comes out, wing T offense here from the Warriors. Come out and they run to the boundary on the first play. Come back with a little inside run to the fullback on the second play. And now they come back again to the wing, going the other way in a little misdirection play. Of course, hallmark of the wing T, right? Got played to test the inside, taser plus the outside, and you have misdirection. You have fullback trap, toss, misdirection plays, and of course, passing-wise, the waggle will come off of that.
Both teams committed to the run, but just in a different way. We'll detail that as we go. Man in motion is Carlo. There's a handoff. It goes up the middle. Short gain there. And, as I was saying, look, we're not going to see a lot of passes from either team today, but just different looks, right? You've got the wishbone on one side. You've got the wing T on the other. That's what makes this battle up front so important for both of these teams.
Sure, both teams are going to use a lot of misdirection, a lot of backs in the game, both by having 3 running backs, and a lot of teams nowadays with 4 wide receivers, right? We saw last night from Oceanside, Farmingdale, a lot of wideouts, a lot of slots. Here we have everybody more compressed in the formation a little bit, and misdirection in motion, orbit motion, trying to outflank the defense in different angles.
2nd and about 6. There's the handoff to Martini, and he is stuffed. Gang tackle there by the Golden Eagles. He'll get maybe a yard.
Good job by the Golden Eagles getting to the ball there. I mean, the Wantagh backs are very good, and both teams featured pretty good running backs, and you're going to have to bring more than one guy to the ball to get them down, and you had a great Luke Galgano coming up from his safety position there to make the fill and get him on the floor. What you'll see is, secondary people pretty committed to the box here, Dylan, trying to play against the run and be ready for that occasional pass play.
Speaking of that, out wide, you've got Reale at the bottom of your screen. 3rd and 5 for Wantagh. Carlo again motions to the right. There is that pass. It's a bouncer. And Carlo picks it up, but they'll say that was an incomplete pass.
Believe it or not, Dylan, if that ball is thrown backwards, that would be a live ball. That would be considered a live ball. I guess they called it parallel to the line of scrimmage or slightly going forward, so it was incomplete. But the old bounce screen, he used to throw that ball back, and that would be considered a live ball because it's going behind the line of scrimmage backwards.
So 4th and 5 now for Wantagh at the Bethpage 30-yard line. See what they call here.
Looked like Wantagh was trying to hit a bit of a receiver screen there, throw it out there, and get it back out in front of him to block.
Depth and issue really kind of for both teams. There's Carlo again, motions out. Legovich has it, and he is hit hard right at the 30. Galgano stuffs him, and Bethpage turns Wantagh over on downs.
Came with an option play there with Legovich on the option play, kind of slow developing double option between him and the back coming around, and great job by the Bethpage defense there, flowing to the football, getting off blocks, and there comes Galgano in the picture making the play.
And Galgano, you see him there walking back out now. He is the QB, following in his older brother Thomas's footsteps. Thomas just graduated from Binghamton, was a lacrosse defenseman up there, and it's now Galgano looking also in that sense to look to follow in his brother's footsteps as well, looking for a lacrosse scholarship as well. 1st and 10 from the 30 under center. There's the handoff, and about 5 yards for Luzzy. Let's look at the Bethpage starters up front. You've got Falabella, El Shami, Koretz, Singh, and Tangle are the big boys up front. QB, we mentioned there, Galgano. At halfback, you've got Luzzy and Cucurello. Fullback is Corbo, and your tight end is James David. A gain of 5 on 1st down. Inside pitch, and again, a push from the guys up front. Gets the ball just near the 1st down marker. Will be a little bit short, it looks like. Just shy. So it's a 3rd and 1. Let's take a look at the Wantagh defense while we have an opportunity. And a lot of those same names. Again, we mentioned depth not really being something that either team has. You've got Janasco, Aldino, Sakos, Palladino, and Manier up front. You've got the linebackers of Casey, Martini, Capelli, and Campisi. Campisi at corner, as well as Carlo and Reali at safety. 3rd and 1, a little push, and they'll get the 1st down.
It's just not a whole lot of push up there, but the fullback gets in there and just gets enough out of the wishbone offense. You can see the first 2 plays very similar for both teams. They went the first play, the Eagles went to Luzzy, got about 5, pulling that guard through out of the bone. And the second play, they brought the fullback, kind of like Wantagh did in their first couple of plays. And on the 3rd down, they're able to get the 1st down and keep the drive alive. Both these offenses, 3 yards and 4 yards at a time, and 3rd and short are great downs for them. Defensively, you want to keep them in longer yardage situations on 2nd and 3rd down.
1st and 10 from the 41. That's Cucurello, and he is stuffed. Aldino, the all-conference defensive tackle, in on that tackle, 6'2", 250 for the senior.
That was a nice play by Aldino, just getting off the block. He's a big man in there. I think the size last night, in a game last night, we had the Farmingdale and the Oceanside guys, and there was a bit of a size difference with the Oceanside guys being a little bigger. I mentioned to you earlier during the warm-up, I thought that by looks and by numbers on paper that the Wantagh guys were a little bit bigger than the Bethpage guys up front, and we'll see if that matters as the game wears on here.
Well, the big question for Wantagh in this one was the health of Liam Casey. We'll get to that in a moment. 2nd down. Nice gain into the secondary and a 1st down run for Luzzy. A week ago, Luzzy, 13 carries, 84 yards for 3 touchdowns. Had a couple of receptions as well. Luzzy, a nice gain to move the chains.
Great pull up in the hole by the right guard there. Hargun Singh pulling up in there. That nice block right there by Singh. 218 pounds. They list him out to junior, and getting up in there, playing through the hole up in there, giving Luzzy some space.
1st down from the Wantagh 48-yard line. This handoff goes to Luzzy again. He'll get out to the 45. So the concern a little bit this week was, again, Casey's health, the runner-up for the Piner Award as the best linebacker in Nassau County. Had an injured shoulder in practice. Did not play last week. And Sachs cannot speak higher of what Liam Casey brings to his team. Great lineage as well, some great bloodlines where his brother Gavin, an all-state kid, won a Long Island championship as a junior in 2016. Bobby, captain of Hofstra lacrosse as well. But Sachs says Liam, of the Casey brothers, the youngest and the most committed of them all. Second down, Galgano takes it himself. The first tackle was by Tyler Martini, and then Palladino finished him off.
Yeah, Casey's going to be critical. His health will be critical to the Saxon Wantagh all year long in that odd front defense. And having that inside linebacker there that can kind of patrol, and the linemen trying to keep the blockers off of him, right? Let them flow to the football and make plays. That odd front defense is kind of designed for an inside linebacker versus a run to make those kind of plays. And you'll see both teams, that we see right here. Wantagh's got one deep safety in the middle of the field, but they'll start creeping guys up to the line of scrimmage to handle this offense.
Galgano hands off, and again it's Luzzy, and he is stopped well short of the first down marker. This was a concern for Sachs, and really you'd have to say of any team, right, that plays Bethpage, is the time of possession and how they are able to put together these long clock-eating drives. And obviously one thing it does is keeps your offense off the field and keeps you from being able to score.
Sure, both teams are going to have a lot of two-way guys, right? But when you're playing offense, every team's expending energy, but when you're playing offense, you're a little more control with the energy. Fourth down here for Bethpage.
Yeah, 4th and 6. This time Galgano back to pass, goes over the middle. Oh, in and out of the arms. Martini, a terrific play, knocking it out of Crum's hands.
So interesting, Bethpage decided rather than punt it away and try to pin Wantagh deep, they decided to go for it there, and they're going to give Wantagh the ball back in pretty good field position on the 43-yard line. I would like to say, anytime you get the ball outside your 35, north of your 35, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. And 43 is pretty good.
So Wantagh back on offense here. Again, we might. What's the over-under on attempted passes today? Combined. Maybe 10? There's an inside handoff. Martini, a juke at the 50, keeps the legs churning, and he's downed inside the 40.
Got a little trap play back on the scissor, back to Martini. Good yardage right there, and all of a sudden now one pretty good run. Wantagh's, inside the Bethpage 40-yard line.
That's one thing that Sachs says about Martini, too. That run there, all elbows and knees, that's the way that he likes to run. His highlight film, Sachs says, is him running over guys, not around them.
He has that angry look when he's running, that's for sure, Here they're on the eye.
Back to Martini. Lowers the shoulder. Martini, a juke. Another first down run. Taken down at the 23-yard line.
Old school isolation play right there. Tight end right, twins left. Downhill, bring the fullback, ISO it up, and get downhill. In the era of spread offenses and people and zoning stuff and everything, Dylan, here you have old school. Just line up and we're coming at you, man on a man.
Martini started at linebacker as a 10th grader, went both ways last year, and he's a guy who does everything. Big, strong, physical, and fast.
He has the look of a guy that can certainly wear on defenses, Dylan, as it goes along.
And to your point about sort of the angry running, there's no joking with Martini. He is a serious dude. First down. Another handoff. Cut inside. Cucurello with the tackle. About a 4-yard gain and a late flag as well.
There's a flag down.
Vinny Oliva, the white hat in this crew, one of the better crews in Nassau County, officiating crews. You'll take a look what the flag is here. It's a little bit away from the play, right, Dylan?
Yeah, maybe some taunting or...
In the direction the play was going. The runner cut the play back there a little bit.
Should be a personal foul variety, considering how late the flag came. Here's the call. Got a dead ball personal foul on Bethpage. So you'll move the ball half the distance at this point, right?
Pretty close. Should be. Well, but where the foul took place from. Either way, Wantagh's going to have the ball in excellent position to work on a touchdown drive here, finish up the drive.
Yeah, so it'll be a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
The worst 1st and goal situation you can have, though, Dylan, nose of that football on the 10.
Yeah.
So you have 4 downs to get 10 and no more.
First and goal to go.
Legovich under center. He motions.
A little shifting going on, trying to deceive, confuse the defense a little bit.
Toss goes to Carlo. And not much. You could see some excitement there by Bethpage, thinking they had gotten the ball, but you see their officials right away pointing that it was on the ground already.
Yeah, Vinny Oliva, the white hat right there. He signaled them down right away, but tossed that ball to the wing there and coming around in the orbit motion.
Loss of a yard on the play.
Didn't get much there.
So gets a yard there, does Carlo, to the 9-yard line. Good story, Carlo, too. We'll have a chance to detail it as this game goes along. A terrific teammate. Remarkable that he's even playing football right now. 2nd and goal from the 9. Fake to Martini. Here comes a pass. Legovich takes it himself. Legovich is knocked out at about the 5-yard line. James David, the tackle at the 5.
Looked like doing there. They came up with a pass play, and they were going to try to throw it back across to kind of quarter roll and throw it back. But to the Bethpage defense's credit, they had everyone covered up, and Legovich runs around with it a little bit. Coach Sachs, one of the only guys who didn't really have playing time last year. Legovich, a new starter, right? But a good decision in the second game right there, not to throw something that's, maybe going to be a turnover or a bad play, and just take what you can get and live to fight another day from the 5-yard line,
And Legovich was a guy last week, didn't run the football, and Sachs was pretty honest. He's like, look, I don't have any – my depth means I have no other quarterback right now, so he kind of didn't want to use that option, especially with as many returning standout runners that he has. Here's 3rd down. Legovich back to pass. Goes end zone in the corner. Intercepted! Justin Crum!
Great play by Crum. When the ball's in the air, it's 50-50. It's everybody's ball, and he went up and got it. High pointed that ball. That's a great play. Straight drop back by Wantagh. Throwing that corner out there.
And that's just like you said, that's a one-on-one battle for it.
Yeah, little people call it an angle flag, some call it a corner out, but one thing I'll say is, he's over almost on the right hash mark. The ball's going to be in the air for quite a while. It's a pretty well-thrown ball, but Crum went up and acted like it was his, as much as it was the receivers.
So Bethpage off the INT in the end zone will get the ball on their own 20-yard line. 30 seconds left in this first quarter. A game right now really of field position where both teams just trying to establish themselves, especially up front.
Got the smell of a defensive battle settling in, Dylan, which is fine by me.
Galgano hands off, lowering the shoulder, and not much there. A little extra. Luzzy, the carrier.
Number 14 on attacker there, Nick Capelli.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Letting them know he's there.
Out to the 22. Second and 8.
He gets out to the 22. We'll see if Bethpage won't even run the next play as the first quarter winds down. We mentioned it's a renewal of a rivalry, and so far it's been a fun battle of field position. No score here at Bethpage. You're watching this Nassau Conference 3 showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Bethpage High School. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford here. Start of the second quarter. No scoring in the first quarter between Bethpage and Wantagh. Bethpage, both teams 1-0. Bethpage, number 4 seed this year in the preseason. Wantagh, the number 2 seed. Warriors back up in Nassau Conference 3 after winning the Nassau Conference 4 championship a year ago, winning at North Shore in that championship game. And again, look, in regular times, certainly this fall, you've got your championships being played at Stewart Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University. In the spring, they were all home sites, so it created a bit of an intimate atmosphere, and one that Sachs, really the head coach of Wantagh, really liked. We didn't really get a chance to talk about the coaches at the start. Sachs for Wantagh just has really been the guy who has molded this program. 29th year, a 1983 graduate of Calhoun High School. Sachs 27 years also as the baseball coach, an overall record of 178, 91, and 2. He went to Hofstra as well, had a baseball scholarship there, also played football. Coached Calhoun for 4 years before he came over. And for Bethpage, in his third season, is Roddy McCoy, a 1994 graduate of Bethpage High School. Second down run. Turning. Luzzy gets out to the 30 before he's speared down to the turf by Carlo.
That looks like enough for a first down there. But you can see how physical the game's turning into right now. Guys are getting picked up and form tackled and wrapped behind the hamstrings and run your feet and put them to the turf. So it's going to be this one of those games where secondary players, safeties and corners are going to be very involved in the tackling on the edges, and plays it get up the middle to the inside. The safety's going to have to be a big downhill fill player.
First and 10 from the 30. Inside handoff. About 3 on that. And again, that's exactly what concerned Keith Sachs. He says, we're always concerned with Bethpage's physicality, and they run the wedge. The first thing you've got to do is make sure they don't get 3 yards a carry. So far, Bethpage has done just that. He says if that doesn't work for Bethpage, they're going to blast off tackle. He said a key really is not to get pushed around physically for 4 plays, 10 yards. He thinks that if we, being Wantagh, run a lot of plays, we're going to score a lot. He said, but Bethpage is athletic, and we worry about them being physical and holding the ball for too long. 2nd and 7. Another handoff, another cut inside. And there you see Casey, 54, as part of that tackling unit for Wantagh.
Running back kind of cut that back a little bit to the middle, and they got that, and then down to a pretty manageable 3rd and very long 4, short 5, you want to call it, maybe Dylan right there. But, I think both offenses are designed to play in these type of situations, and keep the ball moving. But I don't know if you're in 4-down territory if you're Bethpage right now. I think if you don't make it here, you might have to punt the football.
Anthony Cucurella was the ball carrier there. Older brother Peter played football lacrosse here as well. Strong, fast, plays hard. Cucurella, a guy who leaves everything on the field. 3rd down for Bethpage. Galgano under center. Fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure. Galgano just gets rid of it. The question is if there was an intended receiver anywhere, and Galgano being helped or pushed away. There was no any extracurriculars. Sorry, Mike. Janosko, the D end, was the first, and they are going to call it intentional downing.
I kind of have to agree with that call right there. There really wasn't anybody necessarily away. I think Galgano was kind of in a run for his life mode, and while the flag wasn't thrown right away, I think the white hat, Mr. Lever, was kind of looking at the quarterback and the contact that was going on there, and didn't see where the ball went right away. And then when they conferenced, they decided there wasn't an eligible receiver in the area. I think the Bethpage coaches are countering that. He was out of the pocket. And I guess that they can do that. So whenever a flag like that is thrown, there's always going to be a difference of opinion.
Intentional grounding is the call. So that comes not only with a loss of yardage, but also a loss of down. So this will bring up really the best of both worlds for Wantagh, because now you've got 4th down for Bethpage, and they're back on their own 16-yard line.
Sure, probably a punting situation here for the Eagles.
That would be James David, 27. We've got Nick Capelli, as well as Anthony Reale deep for Wantagh. Low snap, David. Nice punt. It'll be fielded at the 46-yard line, and nowhere to go for Reale. Cucurello with the tackle for Bethpage.
Nice play by Reale. That ball was kind of bouncing. If he doesn't field it, maybe they lose some more yardage on it, right? Picks it up and runs around with it and gets about 5. And Wantagh starting again, and Bethpage side of the field, right, Dylan? Seemed like they played the whole game more or less in the half of the field, but at this point it's still 0-0.
In our conversation with McCoy about Wantagh, he says, look, Heath does a great job of running his plays, running his system. Whether he has a good line or he doesn't have enough depth, he said the kids really understand what they're running, and they're really good athletes as well. His system works for their kids. It's a fantastic high school system. Martini chugs forward to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Coach McCoy, doubles as the lacrosse coach in the spring. Great lineage of coaching here at Bethpage High School. Bethpage, one of the traditional, powerhouse programs of Nassau football, and a lot of very good teams over the years, a lot of very good players. And Coach McCoy serving as the coach of both sports. You have a lot of players that were very good at both sports here, football and lacrosse over the years. A lot of great names come to Test, A.J. Hogan, were all football guys. Holiday, Brian Holiday, Robbie Kasha, all football guys here as well.
There's Martini.
Martini, the ball carrier.
And again, the extra effort will get him the first down. And that's a little bit of the conversation we had with Keith Sachs as well about the rivalry and how it started. He said, when I first started coaching back in 1992 and Bethpage was really humming along, he said, honestly, our goal was not to lose 100-0 and then get beat up enough where it affects you the next week as well. And he said, when he came aboard, there was talk, wow, this is a great rivalry. And he goes, how can it be a rivalry? They just keep beating us. And then it went the other way, right? And then Wantagh started beating Bethpage a lot, and it's kind of evened out of the last few years to make it more of a true rivalry. I think what you need, too, and we'll get to that after this play, inside handoff, the push forward, and a couple of yards there. You need a couple things for a good rivalry, right? Either you need like a neighboring thing, like a Bethpage Plain Edge, right? Or like a Wantagh MacArthur. They don't really play, though, too much. Or you need important games played, and that's kind of where this rivalry is built. And you need sort of a similar mindset and a mentality. These are both blue-collar programs and blue-collar neighborhoods, and again, it's all about, even though it's different philosophies, it's all about rushing up front. Off the toss, another first down run. Sean Carlo. This we were saying before. How about this story, Mike, as well for Carlo? He tore his knee in week 1. And then again, this is the spring season we're talking about, right, for football. What he did then, he made 50 straight practices. The day after surgery, he was on the sideline. He was wearing a headset. Anything that he could do to help the team as well. He said he coached up Nick Capelli, who ended up being a big rusher in Carlo's stead as well. He schedules his rehab around practices as well. just speaks to the teammate, and remarkable that he's back out. Usually that kind of a surgery takes 8 to 12 months of a recovery. He's back on the field in 4 months. There's Martini. Again, jukes to the outside, cuts the corner, touchdown Wantagh. And no, he's out. He tried to tiptoe along that far sideline, and he went out at about the 9-yard line.
First and goal at the 9. On the toss play, they get the guard out, pull the guard around, the guard out on that play there, pull the guard out and kick out and try to get up inside of it. You can see Martini's moves he has and how smooth he runs the ball, good-looking running back. And every game we've done so far, Dylan, people seem to have a pretty good running back. Seaford's back was very, very,
yeah.
McHugh was very good. And last night we had Oceanside by committee,
yeah,
and Farmingdale Ramos,
yeah.
And here we have Martini, and of course Luzzy for the Bethpage guys.
Good job defensively. Martini, the rusher, but Luzzy with the tackle. There are our 2 impact players right there, kind of locking heads.
And you have Carlo, who's committed to Stony Brook to play across. That correct? That's going to do there. And yet Brian Luzzy was going to Stony Brook, and he's recently switched his commitment to Cornell. And as sometimes does happen. But Luzzy, one of the better athletes in Nassau County, football athletes in Nassau County, can do a lot of things for the Eagles and very impactful on defense right now.
Loss of 1 on that play, 2nd and goal. Legovich overthrows the intended target. That was
a lateral pass and will be marked at about the 19-yard
actually, it was
line.
Legovich who was the intended receiver. A little trickery there as Capelli threw him the football.
I think he might have had double pass coming there. You know, the way they were throwing the ball back to give him a little bit more time. And the side judge there astutely sees the ball coming backwards and spots the ball on the 14-yard line. Now it's 3rd and goal. So Wantagh going backwards a little bit here. You know, they came and got the nice play to get down to 1st and goal, and they tossed it back to Carlo to the wide side, and the Bethpage guys did a great job there defending it. So we're kind of looking for something to work here on 3rd down.
3rd and goal. It's Martini. Gets a hole. Martini again goes to the outside. Is he in? He is. Touchdown. Wantagh. 14-yard touchdown run.
Well, Dylan, I would tell you that just as a casual observer up here talking about the game a little bit, it seems like they've had a lot of success running the ball to the right, a little bit more than they've had to the left, especially on this series.
Watch who he follows as well.
Touchdown run for Tyler Martini of Wantagh.
52.
Good little kick-out block there by number 30 on the offense there.
Well, 52 is Sakos as well. He was there. 30 is D'Amico.
They get a little kick out there, and you can see Martini. It looked like the last play, except he got in this time. Very tough runner, Martini.
Cavett Ireland on to attempt
for the extra point.
the PAT. It is up, and it
And the kick
is
is good.
good. So our first touchdown of the day comes via a 14-yard touchdown run by Tyler Martini. With 6:16 left in the second quarter, Wantagh takes a 7-0 lead on Bethpage. You're watching this Nassau Conference 3 showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
The season winds down. Don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual.
We welcome you back to Bethpage High School Howie Vogt Memorial Field. 7-0 now. Wantagh, here's the kickoff. return to about the 34-yard line. It's Luzzy. Tyler Martini has given Wantagh the 7-0 lead, a 14-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good, capping an 8-play, 48-yard drive.
Dylan, seems like Wantagh have been playing. They had a first and goal right from the 10, and they ended up with an interception there by Crum. And they've been down there. Now they're again. They finally get it in. They played most of the game in Bethpage's half of the field, and must feel really good for Coach Sachs to at least have that little breathing room, right, and say that we've done all this good stuff, guys. Now we are ahead a little bit,
So Bethpage starts their next drive on their own 34-yard line. Full backfield for the Golden Eagles. Handoff goes. Looked like it was McMullen. Will McMullen, 26, the junior, had a couple carries for 32 yards last week in a 32-21 win at Manhasset. McMullen, one of the better athletes in his junior class. Good halfback, smart physical runner, a guy who will expects to get the ball a lot in this game.
Hey, Liam Casey, boy, he had some fill on the last play. I mean, physical football at its finest.
Inside handoff. Corbo, the carrier, gets out to about the 40, probably a gain of 2.
Nick Aldino.
Aldino, you mentioned him before, in on the tackle.
1 yard gain on the play.
Wantagh defenders are pretty stout up front. Nose guard number 52 there. Sackos, active guy, pretty active player at 200 pounds. And Aldino, that out returning all conference guy. They've been pretty stout up front.
3rd and about 5. Oh, and some movement on that right side of the line. That's a killer, because now you go back to a 3rd and 10 situation and maybe forcing Bethpage to throw the ball when they don't want to.
Yeah, Bethpage seem like they've Wantagh's gotten themselves in some really good shorter yard situations on 3rd down, and as a running team, it's pretty important. Then you look at Bethpage has been in those same 3rd down situations, but they've had much longer yardage to gain. Makes the play calling a little bit more complicated. Break the bone here. Shotgun.
Yeah, they went spread for a time last year. The wishbone is the traditional offense here at Bethpage. Galgano gets out in motion, and look at the great job defensively. Nick Capelli gets on the ladder and swats it down.
Well, you had number 75, Drew Palladino, was kind of trying to string it out a little bit, and Galgano was sprinting that way to the trips. And Capelli, I don't know if his responsibility was coverage or contain there, but he went for it. He went for the quarterback and made a great play, knocking that ball down.
It's funny, Sack says Capelli, and he doesn't play it this way, right? Because you're a football guy, right? You want to play hard, but he says Capelli's maybe almost too nice offensively. Again, he's the guy who spells Carlo a year ago, right? So now Carlo's back. It's a senior-laden offense. A week ago, Sack says, listen, just go in, rotate every other play. He's like, Coach, I can't. They're seniors. Capelli, a junior. David gets the punt off, and a really good one. Takes a bounce at the 30 and takes a nice roll for Bethpage down inside the 15-yard line.
As my hit and roll stat, Dylan, comes up again, doesn't it?
We've seen that a lot, right? And really, it was such a good punt, too, where it really couldn't get fielded, right? So you had to sort of make that or just let the ball go by you, and again, takes a good 10, 15-yard.
I think of all the special teams in high school football that probably needs to be practiced the least, honestly, is punt return, simply because high school punting's at such a premium,
Yeah.
And the punts don't look like they look on TV. When they have those guys, look like a shot of a jugs gun, right, turns over with a good spiral and tight. Those balls you see in the NFL are actually easy to catch.
Yeah, these you don't have to. These could be line drives. You could angle them.
Sure.
And again, it's not like a kickoff where if you kick it out of bounds at the flag, you could just You could angle it out of bounds, and
First and 10 for Wantagh.
they're
Their own
officially giving him a
14.
62-yard punt for David, so Wantagh takes over on their own 14-yard line. Inside handoff, good gain on first down.
Good foot. Good 4 yards right there. Take 4 every time.
Ball comes out to the 19-yard line.
Manier,
Second and
the
5.
fullback, with the carry, had 9 carries, 40 yards, and a touchdown a week ago, an all-conference returning player. Not that kind of true fullback that you're used to seeing out of Wantagh, really more of a tailback with his breakaway speed. Second and 5. Look at Martini. Get into the secondary. Martini into Bethpage's side of the field, and he's taken down at the 28-yard line. Tyler Martini.
Great blocking downfield by Reale, just getting touches, just getting a touch of a guy, not like blocking him up by you see in a teaching tape, but just getting touches on guys. And he made a jump cut in the beginning of the play. Martini, it was a jump over a guy there. It was great, and off to the races a little bit.
53-yard gain for Martini, and he's taken down at the Bethpage 28-yard line.
3 minutes. And the clock running at 3:14 and running in the second quarter. And I think this script is turning out just the way Wantagh would want it right now, Dylan. 3 minutes to go in the half. Ball on the 28. Chance to score again.
Motion is Carlo. Inside handoff. Manier lowers the shoulder. Twin tacklers there. Galgano in on the tackle, as well as Luzzy.
Wantagh with a really nice collection of backs, Dylan. They have a bunch of different guys touch the ball. You have Martini, obviously the home run hit of it. He is. You have Carlo getting some touches and looking some good. Manier getting in there, and a bunch of different guys handling the ball, and that's some good stuff.
And Capelli, Mike, is the guy that you don't mention in that group, and he's a guy who, again, filled in last year and ran for like 800 yards. There he is on second down. Yeah.
Capelli, the ball carrier.
Cutting inside for a couple of yards.
James David finally made the stop.
David
once again, though, 2 minutes in the clock running. Wantagh's got that 3rd and 4. Pretty makeable, probably 2 downs here, right? But they have a pretty good 3rd and 4. It's not that 3rd and 7 or 8 that the Bethpage guys have been dealt with, most of the half. Big series here by the Bethpage defense, though. If they can get a stop here and only go down at halftime by 1 score, I think they're getting the ball to start the second half, right, and have a better chance of evening the score.
Big 3rd down play here. This time it's Capelli motioning out. He'll get the toss. And he'll get a 1st down and a little more, taken down. Just, it appears, at the 10-yard line. Crum the tackle.
That was some collision right there at the point of attack. This is all the new age of spread and people throwing the ball and running around. This is old school, smash it up football, and you can see it right there.
Here's another one of those. Mike, here's another one of those toughest 1st and goal situations that you referred to before as well. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Martini. You like to, right, in that situation. Just put his arm forward, looking to follow his big dudes up front. Wantagh calls a timeout after that 1st down run by Martini.
Well, you got to see that Martini, like all great backs do. That D'Amico, I think, in the game with some lead blocking going on there, but at the fullback spot, straight ISO, like all great backs do. Martini with that forward lean is always getting the extra couple yards, Dylan.
You mentioned Wantagh a year ago winning the Nassau Conference 4 championship, and it was a very special moment for the Warriors. You remember, of course, last year, Tony Carter, April 13th, their longtime assistant coach, died from complications of COVID-19 at the age of 57, the assistant coach, and it obviously hit Wantagh very hard, and it was touching at the end of the game, or in the championship game, because Tony Carter's family went to the game. So they win this championship, and on the field and celebrating with Wantagh was his wife Yolanda, his mother Claudette, his kids, his sister, all as well. The picture of them at the end of the game, all celebrating together. Sack said, of all the championships that they've won, it was certainly a special one and a unique one as well, because the season was played in the spring because of COVID, right? And then the championship game that you're playing, it's the same disease now that takes Sachs called him his best friend and certainly a longtime assistant in Tony Carter. So it was a bit of a surreal moment, but certainly a happy one, especially, he said, not for him, not for his players, but more for the Carter family.
Sure, Dylan. We'll get back to that in a minute after this play.
Second down run, Martini, and he is stuffed. Good job defensively. Tackle. Looked like it. I think 25 was in.
Good job getting off the blocks there, and they're trying to run another ISO. Playing defense right now without number 27, James David, the starting linebacker. Look like he was a little bit banged up on the bench. I think he's feeling a little bit better on the side right now. Talking
Brady was also there to make the tackle.
Talking to Coach McCoy.
Third down.
Third down and goal.
Toss. And a pass, and that was incomplete. It was Carlo passing. The intended receiver was Martini. Fourth down.
Yeah, trying to go with a little toss pass, a little bit of the aforementioned trickeration, and incomplete there. And fourth down, clock stops, though. 18 seconds to go, 4th and 6 from the 6-yard line.
Timeout, Wantagh.
Wantagh's going to talk it over here, Dylan, so that kind of gives us a chance to get back to Coach Carter a little bit. And, a member of the coaching fraternity, as I was in football. I still am in lacrosse for many years, and didn't say I knew him very well, but I knew of him, and people who knew him spoke very highly of him as a person. And always seemed to be a guy with a smile on his face, and one of those guys who seemed like enjoyed being around kids and was great with kids. And I think when we all found out that he had passed away, and we were in the spring, and we're all hoping, we'll be down for a few weeks, and we'll get back to school, and we'll get going. And that was one of those things that kind of jumped out at you a little bit. It made you say, wow, how serious this all really, really is, that it just affects people in different ways. And great job by the Wantagh community rallying around the Carter family and doing those things for him, and certainly an emotional moment last year, and able to win a championship and dedicate to him, and must make his family, a moment of gratitude and feeling better at a tough time,
Yeah, Coach Carter, born in Queens, graduated from Uniondale High School, played football at Nassau Community and then the University of New Mexico. His son was a standout for Roosevelt as well. He'll play baseball at Stony Brook, and special moment. Field goal to Ireland. 23-yard attempt. It's a fake. The run goes far side. And is he in? It is. Touchdown for Wantagh. Reali.
Oh, we have field goal Fridays, Dylan. FGF. But not a field goal here. And the Wantagh guys, Coach Sachs, famous for having a bunch of trick, people call them trick plays. I don't know if they're trick plays, but that one looks like it's been practiced quite a bit, and good looking play right there. So what you had there was the snapper, the holder taking the snap and tossing it back to the guy coming around in the alley, coming around the back. I think he was looking to throw it possibly too, and ended up running it in. But great job by the Bethpage guys covering the pass up, and they just couldn't get him on the ground in the run.
Reali, the junior, caught a touchdown pass in that county championship game a year ago. Ireland's PAT is good.
10 seconds remaining in the half.
So 14-0 Wantagh now with
14-0.
10 seconds left in this first half. And, when we think trickery between these two teams, that's the side. Wantagh is certainly the one more likely to do it. We've seen a few halfback options and pass possibilities there, but this was an 86-yard drive completed by Reali's 13-yard touchdown run. Reali, a guy who's got great moves, says Sachs, in and out of his breaks. if we didn't run the ball, he might have a really good two-man game going with Legovich. He's that good, but instead he's a guy, again, in the Wantagh offense. He'll get 3 chances to catch the football in a game, and that's pretty much it. So there you see him impact the game in a different way.
Sure, know your job and do your job, right? And in a running offense like that, the receivers are going to be major blockers on those. I mentioned before, he makes a nice block down the field on one of Martini's big runs, right? But then we call them trick plays. Why don't we call them special plays? Because obviously, they're practiced quite a bit and seem pretty organized. And definitely a great time for him.
Ireland to kick off.
Ireland, a ground ball of a kickoff. It's fielded about the 20. Luzzy gets up the sideline, and he is hit by Ireland. You know the kickers love that, right? You want to get in on some physicality. So Ireland, the last one to get a touch. 25-yard return and 5 seconds left. So probably one more play here for Bethpage. If they even look to run anything, they might just take a knee.
Yeah, Bethpage got to think after going to halftime, take a look at how they're being defended by the Wantagh guys. Are they in the right places they thought they'd be in during the week on scout? And decide what you could come up with that comes off of some of those plays that you practiced. And a tough spot because momentum being a factor, right? Wantagh have quite a bit of momentum right now coming off that touchdown. And halftime at least to get a chance to regroup.
Galgano now in the gun. He's got twin receivers on both sides. Look at this defense by Wantagh, huh?
Sure, 4 deep.
Talk about the prevent. Galgano has got all the time in the world. This looks like a 7-on-7. Galgano. Finally, the pressure comes by Martini. Galgano still turns out of pressure, and finally he is sacked in the longest 5 seconds that you'll see maybe this year. Janasco as well as Martini in on the sack. So that's the end of a first half, which didn't have a lot in terms of big plays, but the big plays that were made were by Wantagh. Tyler Martini, a 14-yard touchdown, then Reale on the fake field goal gets in the end zone as well. So Wantagh has a 14-0 lead at the end of the first half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll show you some of the halftime festivities, get some halftime stats for you as well. You're watching this Nassau Conference 3 Showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
The home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today. And book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games,
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
school events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcast. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
McCarthy. He's got up. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography.
At this time, let's have a big round of applause for the Golden Girls kick line, led by captains Tara Corcoran and Casey Terzinski. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bethpage High School Golden Eagle Band and the Golden Girls Kick Line.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
That was McCarthy. He's got he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, three-point shot is up and in. You back him back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
That was McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage. One of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. As the season winds down, don't let the memories of an unusual season fade. Let Varsity Media relive the season filled with great plays, exhilaration, and joy with a highlight video. For the athletes going to college, Varsity Media's recruiting videos have been the engine that drives the application to the coach. Our history has shown a Varsity Media recruiting video has saved parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the athletes not yet ready for college, a Varsity Media highlight video will be remembered forever, and the highlights will be there for life. An end-of-season team highlight video will capture a successful season filled with hard work, unpredictability, a testament to the administration and athletes. Call Varsity Media today to start creating a video filled with highlights from a very unusual season. Highlights that will forever be watched. Contact us at 516-403-2050. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, three-point shot is up and in. You back him back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And we welcome you back to Bethpage High School. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford here. Just about set for the start of the third quarter. It's Wantagh with a 14-0 lead in this Nassau Conference 3 showdown. Let's show you some first half stats. And you can see there for Wantagh, leading the way. See with their plays, a lot of plays for Wantagh, 30 for 218, 22, 27. Really the big story of this first half was Tyler Martini. 13 carries for 144 yards and that 14-yard touchdown. Then you had Anthony Reale on that 5-yard TD on that fake field goal, and that accounts for your 14-0 score.
Dylan, pretty hard-hitting first half, a lot of physical play. I think one of the difference was Wantagh found a way to get their guy freed up. You know, they found a way to get Martini freed up and get going in the secondary. Whether it's running wide on tosses or whether it's some ISO plays. And the Eagles haven't found a way to get, the Golden Eagles haven't found a way to get Luzzy, really, who's their feature guy right there, their home run hitter. Haven't found a way to get him freed up. And probably at halftime, the long halftime, was discussing how to do that, you know.
And you were saying, too, you know, with Bethpage getting the ball to start the second half, that's how big that stop would have been for Bethpage, because now you've got a 2-score deficit instead of just that one touchdown.
If you actually think about it, we have the kickoff here.
It's a short one, and it's fielded about the 34-yard line by the up man.
If you think about it, though, Dylan, I was kind of contemplating this during halftime. If your coach sacks, you're up 7-0, right? If you don't make that fake field goal, if your play gets blown up and you don't make it, you probably go to halftime up 7-0 and tell your kids, hey, man, 7-0, we've dominated play and everything. Way to go, guys. And if you get it, you score and you really have momentum, right? So kind of a win-win on his either way, you know, especially position on the field and everything, you know, and the amount of time on the clock left for the Eagles.
Well, great, we showed some of it. Great halftime festivities here as well for Bethpage. You know, a lot of the support staff, right? You had the band and the cheerleaders and really a lot of entertainment here for the fans to watch. Inside handoff, a little push forward, and about 3 yards or so on that first down carry.
Be interesting to see, Dylan, as we head in the second half here. It's a warm day here in Bethpage, warm day here, and definitely in the 80s, a little humid, and typical early season football kind of weather. And we're going to see what team kind of breaks first in terms of getting one down. Last night we saw a lot of teams on a much cooler night in the Oceanside Farmingdale game. A lot of kids cramping, you know, so we'll see what team is the first one to have a guy go down here.
Corbo 3 yards on that first down run, the senior. hard-nosed, no-nonsense kind of kid. On second down, cutting it to the outside is McMullen. Little stiff arm, and McMullen is forced out right at midfield.
Good physical run by Mullen, and even at the end, he really doesn't want to go out of bounds. He's going to kind of take a hit and say, I'm here, And the Wantagh guys in return, you had number 14, Capelli. He's like, I'm here too, man. We're having at it right now. And this is that kind of backyard brawl you talk about, right?
And McMullen, again, he's one of those guys. Remember we were here last year against Lynbrook on that, I think it was like a Thursday night, right? And a lot of COVID kind of casualties a little bit where Bethpage had to call up a lot of JV kids for that game. McMullen was one of those guys. So you had a lot of guys who earned some very valuable varsity experience, and they ended up winning a game as well. So McMullen, one of those guys, called up last year for that game and really accounted for himself very well.
Very impressed last year, the game against Lynbrook. The Bethpage guys had a short period of time, brought a bunch of guys up, coached them up, and got a nice win that night. And try to get their backs freed up like that night again. The opponent's a little different with the Wantagh defense.
Yes. And there's McMullen again. Different than Martini, but similar in that he churns those legs and keeps them moving. That gets him the extra couple of yards that he wanted in a very manageable third down now. Should be a third and a long 2.
It's exactly if you're in the wishbone. Of course, Bethpage, kind of went away from the wishbone for a little bit of time. A couple different spread a little bit, but I know the alumni are very happy they're back in the bone. And the hallmark of the wishbone is these short yard situations here. Third and a long 2.
There's a handoff. It's Luzzy into the secondary, and Luzzy taken down, but not before he gets a first down run.
Good cut there by Luzzy. Had a good fill by the Wantagh linebackers. He just gets through there, and after they bring him down the secondary, that's what I'm talking about, trying to get Luzzy freed up a little bit, because he is certainly their home run hitter. Mullen's got a few good carries, but Luzzy, that great athlete they have, he's the guy who's going to get you to 40s and 50s.
Intelligent, loves to play, a really good student in the classroom as well as Luzzy. There's the fake handoff. Galgano goes into the air. Incomplete. Stepping in the way was Sean Carlo, 20. And that was a little bit of the argument from the Bethpage coaches, saying that maybe he didn't allow the intended target to catch the ball, but just good defending there by the Warriors.
Yeah, trying to get a little deeper out there on the first down. Try to have a little change up, right? Run. Get that secondary players creeping up. Maybe get off their keys and stop reading their keys and stop looking at the eligible receivers and play the run. And good job by Wantagh, though, very well coached on defense, of staying with their keys and not falling for the play action.
And to your point too, you don't mind doing that on first down if you're Bethpage, as long as you get a couple yards here on second. There's the handoff. McMullen again, wrapped up by 77, Aldino. He's had a great game, Nick Aldino, that left tackle.
They ran to the tight end there, the right tight end there, and it looked like they had good numbers when the ball got snapped, and it looked like they were an advantage there, but Aldino just gets off the block, slides off the block, and makes the play. Got to be a little disheartening for the Bethpage coaching staff. They ran to what they thought was a good situation there, and they try to get a little bit more than that.
Third and long now. 3rd and 9 to be exact. Galgano now in shotgun. Takes it himself, and he'll get just to the 30-yard line. And again, you can see the emphatic whistling and pointing to the ground. The ball was loose, but it was well after Galgano was down.
4th down here. This is what makes coaching football tough here, Dylan. There's a lot of people in the stands have an idea of what you get called here on 4th down, So.
Well, they'll go. It's Galgano. You've got twin receivers on the right. Empty backfield for Galgano as well.
Could see quarterback draw here.
Good protection. And look at that tackle. McMullen got the ball, but he was hit hard by Manier.
You're going to be short. You have to have a bunch formation to the right, an empty formation, 3x2, bunch to the right, and twins to the left, and look for somebody a little deeper. And the Wantagh guys had it covered. He came back to a secondary read, but Wantagh rallied to it and held him short.
So a turnover on downs gives Wantagh the ball at the 26-yard line. How about this field, too, right? Looks gorgeous.
I commented, we got here, Dylan, how nice it looks, right? If you notice, the green is slightly different color greens every 5 yards, a little change of greens. The end zones with the Golden Eagles in the end zones, Bethpage, and with the logo, really, really nice.
I'm waiting for somebody to go Boise State on us. Are they the ones with the blue turf? No, who am I thinking of?
Boise, blue turf.
Yeah.
Don't check your TV sets.
Here's Carlo to the outside, breaks 2 tackles, and he's taken down just outside the 40, a first down run for Sean Carlo.
Nice play call right there. Nice play design, nice call, nice execution by Wantagh. Coming back to Carlo. Very, very nice. You can see, I tell you what, when he runs around, I almost think he's at times that he's Martini.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, about their backs. They're not, like we saw a lot of scat backs, right, for Oceanside. That's not these dudes here. They're all pretty big. Carlo 6'2", Martini 6'1". They both go about, 210 for Martini, 190 for Carlo. Here's Manier now, the fullback.
Trapping it back to the fullback, scissoring it back to him.
And early on here in this third quarter, you're getting that push from the guys up front.
Sure, bringing the motion one way, counter by the fullback, pulling the, I believe it was the tackle there. Benkovic. Dylan, quite a few years ago, East Meadow was very proficient in this form of an offense. So Wantagh was running in the wing T, and when they were at their best, Albany always had a killer fullback, and they also had very good wings who had size and could block for each other. And Martini reminds me of, the call remind me of those kind of guys. There
is Martini. Again, all knees and elbows, right? He'll get out inside Bethpage territory. Knocked out about the 45-yard line. First down run for Tyler Martini.
Well, the Wantagh guys kind of like Novocaine, right? It happens a little bit at a time. You get it, and a little while later you're numb. And I think they're kind of numbing the Bethpage guys a little bit at a time. And the Bethpage guys need something to happen for them, right? We need a play. We need something to happen to get them going again. They're playing as hard as they can, and just slowly seems to keep heading Wantagh's direction.
Well, it's always harder to play when you're going both ways to play defense than it is on offense, right? And little trickery here, nothing doing. Picked out well. Carlo hit for a loss. It was Martini, James David with the tackle. It was for a loss, but then a late flag as well. You saw one of the Wantagh guys loses his lid. That's where the flag came. So this might be another one of these personal foul varieties against Bethpage. That's a great job defensively by James David.
Yeah, they picked that flag up. They're waving that flag off. I think that's actually a really good decision by the officiating crew to wave that flag off. Great defensive play, though. They handed it to the fullback, and then he handed it to the wing coming back on the scissor. And that's what Bethpage needed, right? That excitement play, the energy play. Got him in a loss of 2.
A week ago, David and Corbo, your inside linebackers, combined for 22 tackles, and David added a sack as well.
Good to see David back in the game. He was out of the game for a little while before in the last series. He sat on the bench. I don't think he was feeling too well, but obviously feeling fine right there.
Yeah. So loss of 2 on that first down run. Martini motions out to the left, a little trickery. It's Legovich calling his own number, and he'll get inside the 45 to the 44.
They motion back out of the backfield, keep the fullback there, and they run a little follow right up for the quarterback up inside.
And excuse me, look to be Capelli. So we've seen that be Capelli, kind of that wildcat. And again, there is really no backup quarterback to Legovich. So when you do have someone else back there, it's more of that wildcat set.
Sure, just kind of running your offense just with a player you don't mind. I know mom and dad won't not like hearing this, but a player you don't mind getting hit, right? I mean, in terms of the quarterback, over a course of an 8-game season, hits accumulate over time, and that quarterback's got to be able to do some things, so you don't want him too beat up, especially if you don't have another one. So you kind of use that other guy, a quarterback, right, the running back type guy.
3rd and 8. Legovich fakes, back to pass, looks for options, covered well, goes over the middle. It appeared Carlo was the intended target, but it was overthrown. Connor Burns in coverage for Bethpage.
With that play action there, had like a little bit of a 3-level flood going there to the right. Everyone headed to the right with a deep shallow and a deep medium and a short. Bethpage guys right on top of it. Good decision by Legovich. You're in control of the game, 14-0. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. Just don't do anything that's too bad.
Capelli now back to punt. It is Luzzy, the deep man for Bethpage. So this should be a field position type situation here as Capelli angles his punt, and he'll not get the angle that he hoped for as it goes in to the end zone for a touchback, 44-yard punt.
So the Bethpage defense, Dylan gets the job done there, gets the stop they needed, right, gets the ball back. Let's see if they can put together a drive here.
Yeah, they've not had, on the offensively at least, right, there's not been a big play yet for Bethpage. Martini's had a few for Wantagh on the other side, but Bethpage kind of lacking that breakout one big play to this point.
I think the best play they had was kind of when they had when they got Luzzy sort of through the middle there and kind of got him freed up, and 15, 16-yard gain maybe there was probably their big play of the day. Wantagh defense has been very stout.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Galgano inside handoff. It's bounced to the outside. That's Cucurello. And he's forced out at about the 32-yard line. Good 12-yard gain there by Cucurello. And it'll be a first down for the Golden Eagles.
Good bounce there by Cucurello. Bethpage guys actually got a great block on the edge there. The tight end with a really good block right there. And he's able to bounce it out because when the play was designed to go, there was no movement at all.
Now, Ryder McCoy in his 3rd year says the strength of his team this year are the skill guys, right? Luzzy, Cornell-bound, Lax, David going to Adelphi to play lacrosse, Galgano, Corbo also looking to solidify themselves to play lacrosse in college. McMullen, a good athlete as a junior as well. And there's Luzzy turning, spinning, and finally taken down at about the 35-yard line.
Good physical run there by Luzzy.
Anthony Sakos, the junior nose guard, with the tackle.
The interior front three for Wantagh there, you have Aldino, a tackle, and Sakos and Palladino are a formidable threesome to run against.
So 2nd and 6. McMullen goes inside, and there is 54 again, Liam Casey. The thing about Casey as a linebacker is, Wantagh doesn't blitz, and Sachs says right away, when you don't blitz and you play the way you do, we don't have to blitz, right? And it shows there where you just, great positioning, knows where to be.
When you're playing against a running team like Bethpage and your defensive linemen are designed to take on double teams, eat up blocks, try to keep the two offensive linemen on the double team as long as they can and let the linebackers kind of run free and not to give up the line of scrimmage. And that's exactly what's been going on here today.
So gain of 1 there, 3rd and 5. Galgano takes it himself, and he'll be shy of the first down marker, but not by a lot. This will be an interesting decision, not by midfield. Oh, and actually they'll give him the spot, so it's a first down.
For the first appearance, it looked like he might have been a little short, and then
I thought so.
On second look, he was able to get the yardage needed. Not putting Coach McCoy in that tough 4th and short spot again, you know. At some point, you're going to have to say, we got to go, you know. As the game starts to, clock spins here with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And again, this is Bethpage's specialty, right? Eat up a lot of clock, but you've got to do something with it as well. Luzzy tries to bounce to the outside. He's taken down for a loss. Nick Capelli, 14 in on the tackle.
Yeah, Capelli cleans it up, but, you know, you have those D linemen just, you know, occupying, winning the line of scrimmage, and playing on the other team's line of scrimmage has been pretty tough on the Bethpage guys today.
So that'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And yeah, as you said, that clock, right? We're getting close to now a minute left in this third quarter.
You know, it's easy to say, you know, find the big play, right? But, you know, you try to throw the ball on first down. If you don't get it, now you're in 2nd and 10. You know, it's easy to make those decisions, just, you know, when you're not.
There is a pass to Luzzy, and he'll get out. Looks like the 45-yard line. He had a couple of receptions a week ago, 35 yards in that 32-21 win at Manhasset. Manhasset, the defending Nassau 3 champions.
Yeah, Manhasset with a really special season last year, and you know, trying to come back from that, and very well coached team, and Coach Iaquinta went over there after leaving his career at Hewlett and done a nice job over there at Manhasset, and good win for Bethpage last week, and just a way to get Luzzy the ball right in space and try to get him some yardage, free him up.
Another run inside. Nothing doing there for Luzzy. Drew Palladino, 75, 2-year starter. Talk about the coach's son, right? Father, head coach at Hewlett. And Palladino, like a coach on the field, he knows the offense inside and out. The funny thing, Sack says he's got the mentality of a quarterback. He thinks he could be a quarterback as well, but obviously with his size, 6'3", 230, built to play on this Wantagh line.
I'm not sure if they slanted there to the right, but it looks like the linemen were getting a lot of movement off the ball, and you know, very, very good defensive line play by the Warriors today.
So Bethpage will call a timeout with 11.8 seconds left. This gives us a chance to talk about this rivalry, right, where we said it was very much one-sided for many years. And interesting thing here is, again, when you've got a guy in Roddy McCoy who played for his alma mater, and you've got a guy in Sachs on the other side who's coached for as long as he has, obviously their paths will cross. And McCoy, was part of that first Bethpage team to win the LIC and Rutgers Cup as well. And he said, look, you know, his junior year was Sachs's first year. He said Wantagh was not very good when he took over the program. Now they compete for a county championship every single year. He said Wantagh's got good, hard-nosed kids there, similar to ours. We both like to line up, or we like to line you up and punch you in the mouth. And he said they like to trick you with the traps and motions. But the core for both teams is the rushing game, obviously, as we've seen. And it's a rivalry that was again, very kind of one-sided both ways for many years. But now you look at the last, 15, 16 matchups, and it's a little more even footing between these two. And again, it's not a neighboring rivalry. You're not going to walk to Wantagh High School from here unless it's an ambitious walk. But Again, it's just that the mentality, the blue collar, and also playing important games, playing a lot of games at Hofstra between the two teams.
Sure, definitely two programs that, talk about winning championships all the time.
Here's Galgano, forced out of the pocket, looks downfield. The pass is complete for Burns, and it's good. At the 41-yard line, a third down conversion for Bethpage.
Galgano on the run. I thought if he had ran for it, he wasn't going to get it. He was going to come up short. It looked like the rush was going to get to him there. But a great decision to throw it, and a great catch getting your feet down on the sidelines. And that'll be the quarter.
Yeah, so 14-yard gain there. The quarter will end there. Bethpage looking to rally here in the final 12 minutes. Wantagh's got a 14-0 lead at the end of 3. You're watching this Nassau Conference 3 showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Welcome back to Bethpage High School. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford here. It's the fourth quarter. And Wantagh leads Bethpage 14-0 in a rivalry in this Nassau Conference 3 that is renewed between these two programs. Third down conversion for Bethpage puts them on the 42 of Wantagh. Galgano, here comes the rush, flush out of the pocket, looking for options, sheds a tackler, throws downfield, complete to Luzzy. Luzzy avoids defender. Luzzy gets a block upfield, touchdown Bethpage. A 42-yard catch and run, Brian Luzzy.
That, Dylan, was the play that Bethpage needed right there. You can see the excitement in the crowd and the team. They just needed a play that, got him going. This might be it. Luzzy in the open field, very dangerous, shifty. You can see him with those loose hips making guys miss, and he's able to take it to the house. Great decision, though, by the quarterback. Galgano kept the play alive, was rolling to his left and turned his body and threw with his right hand. Very difficult. An accurate pass to Luzzy, working his way back to the quarterback. Great stuff.
And you love, too, that block upfield by Burns, number 5, at the very end. Here's Smith, the PAT. That is good. We've got a ball game, everybody. We were waiting for that one big play, and Luzzy broke it. Galgano found him, and then Luzzy, our impact player for Bethpage, does the rest. 42 yards to the house. The PAT is good. And with 11:45 left in regulation, Bethpage has cut their deficit in half.
Interesting, Dylan. They've been in the wishbone so much of the games. They had dabbled in a couple plays outside the bone. And I'm not to say that Wantagh was misaligned or did anything wrong. I think they just made a play right there. They had the quarterback to a best athlete. But I think Bethpage needed something out of the ordinary, something different, get out of that formations and spread out a little bit and try to get your athletes in space, because the inside running game, the Wantagh guys have shut that down pretty well.
That was a 9-play drive for 80 yards, culminated by that 42-yard touchdown pass from Galgano to Luzzy. PAT was good, 14-7. Spark, a good kick, fielded at about the 8-yard line. Oh, look at that special team hit. Let's give him credit. Krummenacher.
That was some play right there. Nice kickoff inside the 10 with some good height. And Krummenacher came down, and I don't think he was unblocked. And he lays the hammer to the returner right there. That's some hit.
And you love to see that right after the touchdown as well, right? Where you get a big play on specials. Now your defense is pumped up. Now a little bit of pressure on Wantagh to do something offensively.
High school football, Dylan, a lot of momentum involved. You don't have the stoppages in play you have in TV football, but you have in college and the NFL. A lot of guys play both ways. And, we just had a touchdown. We had about a minute and a half. We had a kickoff, and you can see the energy for Bethpage. And now Wantagh's job is to kind of shut that down a little bit if they can.
Here's Martini. Going nowhere. He'll be hit for a loss.
Run that wing back. I'm calling it a scissor type play back to Martini, and good penetration up the field by Bethpage.
Yeah, Falabella with the tackle, the junior 2-year starter, was moved up as a sophomore, tough, hard-nosed kid. He's a D-end, which is a new position, but he is a 2-year starter. What McCoy's kind of hoping is, if you remember the name Christian Waters a few years ago, kind of hoping for that, where that shift of position led to paying some major dividends.
Short motion by the receiver here. Toss, trying to crack back down on it.
It's Martini again. And again, not much doing. David, 27, and Falabella, 56 on the tackle. He'll get right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Dylan, it's interesting to see now all of a sudden, the plays that were working before, maybe it's just, a little more energy, a little more life in the Bethpage defense. And when you're a play caller, all the plays start looking a little small on the sheet right now. And what do you find that? And of course, Coach Sachs practices certain things. What plays do you like in these situations, and what are your go-to plays to your best athletes?
Tell you what, big play here if you can get a stop. And it looks like they will. Legovich doesn't get much. What I was going to say was it was a big play because if you can get a stop here, you should get really good field position. And again, the job defensively by the guys up front for Bethpage getting it done.
Little window dressing there by the Warriors, right? They motion Martini out. He acts like he's getting the ball thrown to him. Look like he's getting a bubble over here. And the quarterback ends up trying to run a draw play. But no bueno from the Bethpage defense. They stand tall and make the play. And it looks like, you should get pretty good field position, Dylan, when you get the ball back.
Luzzy, the deep man.
Luzzy is back for Bethpage.
He'd love to pick one up and run around with it a little bit.
Capelli to punt. He's got the time. It's a short one as well. It'll have to be a fair catch. And it takes a little bit of a Wantagh bounce, but not like we saw before. So really good field position here for Bethpage to start with as they're looking to try to tie this game. They'll get the ball at their own 46-yard line.
Dylan, let's rewind all the way back to the end of the first half, right? And it was 4th down for Wantagh, and they get the fake field goal for the touchdown, right? There is the difference in the game right there. That fake field goal is the score that's separating these two teams right now. And, all those plays, obviously scoring plays are not inconsequential or minor, but all those plays add up right now. And if that play doesn't work, it could be 7-7 right now. So it's Bethpage guys with a solid dose of momentum, see if they can get something going here.
So Bethpage, 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Broke the huddle with 10 there, which you're allowed to do 10. You can't break it with 12, but you can have less.
Galgano calls his own number, gets to the line, pushes forward, and he'll get his 3 yards on first down.
Looks like Coach McCoy's looking for the side of his sheet of playbook with the spread plays on, right? They get in the gun and they run a little quarterback there to the right. Maybe try to break away from the bone a little bit in the inside running game, which they've kind of struggled with.
He'll get out to the 49-yard line on first down. Galgano, the leader, as you would expect, of this Golden Eagles offense. Now he's under center. Short pass to Luzzy, gets him into space. Luzzy cuts inside, spins, turns, and he's downed at the 41 for a first down.
Dylan, I love it. We said it coming out of halftime, right? How do you get your athletes opened up into space and make the game a little more wide open, and you get Luzzy as the wideout. They're playing him fairly soft coverage. Throw it out to him, let him run around, and he gets a first down. And he's one of those guys. The first man is not going to bring him down very often, kind of like Martini. Some of the guys we saw last night, first man's not going to bring him down.
First and 10 from the 41-yard line. Momentum very much for the host Golden Eagles. Turning, Luzzy again breaks that first tackle. Capelli was in on the tackle, and he'll get down at about the 35-yard line.
I think that play was supposed to get up inside. I thought he could have taken it up inside, but he bounced it out and still found good yardage. And now we're at that 2nd and 5 deal, right? 2nd and 4 deal, Dylan, right? We talked about, not being in 3rd and 6 or 7, and right now you're looking like you'll be in those positions. Brian Luzzy, get that quick trick and get back in the game.
Yeah. Burns out wide left. Handoff goes inside. And McMullen is pushed backwards.
Sacco's there getting off the block at the nose.
Yeah, give Capelli. Capelli was in there as well. Palladino, the big dude right there at the end, or D tackle was in there as well.
Sackos is one of those guys you love with the nose guard, just 200 pounds, maybe even a little bit lighter than that, but doesn't matter. Gets off the ball 100 miles an hour. Good athlete. Yeah, probably a better athlete than most offensive linemen, and just chases the football down.
Yeah, lightning quick. Inside handoff, a little push. Is it a good enough push? Yeah, it will be. First down. Corbo with the run. Your fullback, number 10. Corbo really sets the tone inside. He takes a pounding for Bethpage, not as big as some people might think, but he's willing to mix it up. 6'1", 192 is Corbo. Gets to the 30-yard line.
Good inside push. They needed it right there by the Eagles. 6 minutes, and a little over 6 minutes in running here, Dylan, in the fourth quarter. 14-7 game, all you can ask for.
Galgano, he's got an option. Turns the corner, and he'll get pushed out. He had behind him Cucurello, but Galgano took it himself.
He had that ball out like he might pitch it for a quick second, but then he tucked that ball away, and he was going to run for width the whole time. And, the Wantagh guy's great job stringing it out, but when he gets out of bounds, he does almost get 4. So definitely in 4-down territory if you're the Golden Eagles here, and Coach McCoy with 3 plays to pick from to get a first down.
He's 2nd and 6.
He's forced out a 27-yard line, 2nd and 6 for Bethpage.
That clock stopped right now at 5:48, so a couple factors involved here. Can Bethpage score a touchdown? Can they kick the extra point? And if they get that done, how much time left on the clock for Wantagh?
Timeout for Bethpage.
That's his second timeout, I believe, and a half. I think I'm correct.
And again, in our conversation with McCoy, asked him about the season. He said he really likes this group of kids that he has. He says it's a lot of the younger brothers of guys that we've had in the past. Galgano and Luzzy, their older brothers played together as well. It's a group that's been part of the program for almost all their lives. A good core group of kids. The junior is a nice group as well. They just have to get themselves up to speed, kind of understanding the wear and tear of varsity football. But they all want to play football. They wear their hearts on their sleeves, and they get after it. We've seen, too, a few kids here as well, right, Mike? When we came in here, younger kids wearing Bethpage uniforms, the great youth programs, the PAL Golden Eagles as well. So you got guys like, not only did Galgano and Luzzy watch their older brothers play, but they were on the same field as young kids, mixing it around, hoping for that one day to be on the varsity, hoping to be in situations like this.
Sure, one of those programs where young kids playing football aspire to be those guys one day, and a great field, and a great field here in Bethpage, and a great program, a lot of tradition, and Dylan. Once again, this is the 2-4 game, right?
Yes.
Wantagh a 2 seed, correct? And Plainage the 1 and Bethpage the 4, and it's lived up to its billing, as two pretty even teams.
2nd and 6 for Bethpage.
An official whistle here. And not much there. Nice tackle. And again, we've said his name on a few occasions, right? Aldino stops Cucurello. A loss.
Play first gets kind of boxed in by, I think, Tava Martini. Gets some penetration off the edge. Comes off the edge, he kind of boxes the play in. Takes the lead blocker, and they can't get much.
Aldino, 6'2", 250, an all-conference player a year ago. Sachs says he will play college football. They're just not sure of the level just yet.
3rd and 8 here. 2 downs for Bethpage.
Galgano back to pass. He's got Luzzy on the left. Luzzy! Oh, what a catch by Luzzy! Touchdown, Bethpage! A 28-yard touchdown! And we are a PAT away from being tied.
He got him on the double move there, right, Dylan? They threw it to him out on the now screen earlier, right? Just a little naked screen to throw it out to him, and he pumped it. And once he took it deep, and once again, you can't see him on the edge, get out there, but a great ball by Galgano and a great catch by Luzzy. Get your best athlete in space, one-on-one versus defender, and see if he can make a play.
It's a big PAT here for Smith. If you remember him from last year, Smith, the guy who came in as QB. That's blocked! Is that Palladino again?
Liam Casey. Liam Casey, your best player when you need it, comes up with a play.
So that just takes the air out of this crowd here, and 4:55 left.
Every play counts, Dylan. Every play counts. Some penetration up inside. Does the extra point in. I think the operation was good, but the penetration leads to the block by Casey.
Remarkable too, right? Because we figured he'd impact the game. Here you see the replay again.
Yeah, the operation is good. He kind of just gets into a gap, though, and not a good situation with the extra point team, with a couple of the offensive linemen are on their backs. Tough situation. But, Dylan, it's 4:55 to play in the game, and, Bethpage with a stop can easily get the ball back. Yeah. So all is far from lost right now if you're the Eagles, and if you're the Warriors, you're still winning. You got to tell you guys, listen, we're ahead by a point. A couple of first downs might be enough.
That's the beauty there, right, of Liam Casey. Again, 6'2", 220, a 3-year starter. Sachs says one of the program's best linebackers, and we'll talk about that in a second. Look at this, a little trickery and nothing doing there. Good hands there by Joe Martin.
There he was, Johnny, on the spot, making the play. Joe Martin.
I see Joey on the spot, right?
Joey on the spot, sure.
But yeah, so quick note while we can, right, on Casey. You mentioned his family, right? I asked Sachs, probably a tough question here, but the Mount Rushmore of middle linebackers at Wantagh, because there's been some good ones, right? He threw out Anthony Polo, a Pioneer Award winner in 2006. John Jansen won the Pioneer in 2008. Ryan Walsh, right, went on to play lax at Colgate. Another one, Joe Norris. First really good one they had, even before the Pioneer was given out, before it was an award. He said Liam Casey is in that conversation among the best middle linebackers to play at Wantagh.
That's a lot to say, and Casey's lived up to the expectations today, making some plays. And, Anthony Polo, we saw Anthony Polo last night. He's on the coaching staff. He's bounced around a little bit. He's on the coaching staff at Oceanside right now, helping Coach Brown out. A very good player. And, that's saying a lot to put him in the category of those guys because Wantagh has been one of those linebacker high schools.
And Jansen, we mentioned as well on that. He's coaching up Casey every day. Now a new assistant coach for Wantagh as well.
Legacy that keeps on delivering, right? A couple different high schools at linebacker high. Because you put Freeport in that conversation. Freeport, Farmingdale, MacArthur, and Wantagh are probably the 4 schools you would put in the linebacker, and Garden City in the linebacker high conversation.
Martini! Look at this run. Martini, can he get by Burns? Martini! Touchdown for Wantagh! 41 yards to the house. And look at and then Martini goes for 41 yards for the touchdown.
I think in the last 3 minutes, though, he jumps through there, makes a cut on the safety, and now it's just a foot race. He gets almost on the back of his jersey, but Martini does enough to get in. He smells that end zone, right? And in the last 3 minutes, Dylan, we've had the best players, the impact players, the best players on both teams make all the key plays. Luzzy with an unbelievable catch in the end zone to put Bethpage to possibly tie it. Casey with the blocked extra point, and now Martini with the great run.
And you've got to say, too, right, we've got some time left. Exactly 4 minutes left in this one. Big PAT here. And that gets tipped, and it's no good.
Yep. Dylan, play every down. Play every down like it might be your last. That's a coachism, an axiom that you hear and everything, but in the sport of football, nothing more true could be said. I'm not sure at the block, but that young man's playing every down.
So that scoring drive was only 2 plays, and it took 55 seconds. And back and forth we go, as you said, right, as advertised. This is a nice one for this rivalry to get renewed.
Sure, you got, exactly 4 minutes to play in the game, and Bethpage getting the ball here, and hopefully we can get, for their sake, get a drive together and see if they get the game tied.
So Martini's second touchdown run of the game. He opened the scoring way back midway through the second quarter with a 14-yard TD run. And yeah, you love when your guys who are labeled as your big game players, right? Your impact players do in fact make an impact on the game. Martini has done that, as has Luzzy, as has Casey.
Dylan, you play 8 football games in Nassau County and Suffolk County in a regular season, and I think that's going out of bounds. Dylan, you play 8 football games in Nassau and Suffolk County in a regular season, and to me, the players that make all county, that make all Long Island, if you're an all Long Island level player, you don't have a bad game.
Yeah.
You go 8 for 8. No matter who the opponent is, you go 8 for 8. And right now you can see why Martini's that kind of guy and why Luzzy's that kind of guy and Casey's that kind of guy, that kind of player. And, you don't have bad games, especially not in the games in the 2-4 game, Maybe you don't have a great game in the 2-9 game because you're not needed to. But in the games that matter, in the games that get you where you want to be at the end, you have to be you have to play well.
So the Bethpage offense going back on the field, attempting to either tie or, dare we say, even go ahead.
Bethpage has elected
They'll have the ball at the 39.
to take the ball where the ball went out of bounds.
So
Kickoff. It'll be
normally we go to the 35, right, when it goes out of bounds, but here it was a situation where it was a little bit further up the field, so Bethpage elected to take the ball right there, so they'll have the football at their own 39 to start this drive.
Good field position for the Golden Eagles in the spread here now. Trips and a single, 3-by-1. Don't need it all at once.
Galgano, the pressure comes, goes over the middle. Incomplete for Luzzy.
Trying to get Luzzy up the seam there. Off the play action. Ball's a little low, couldn't come up with it. Not sure if you're Bethpage, you can give the ball back to Wantagh and expect to get it back again with enough time. I think Bethpage has one timeout left. So you can't stop the clock a lot. So I think this drive, you can't give the ball back.
2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Galgano's got time. Has a target downfield. That's a lot of contact, and there is the flag.
Dylan, interestingly enough, it happens to be right by the press box on the side one here. There was a bit of a size differential between number 27 for Bethpage.
David.
David and the corner, and kind of ran one of those routes that kind of turns into a vertical, and certainly had some contact. And the official determined it was enough to throw the flag.
Keith Sachs is way out on the field looking for an explanation. I guess he's kind of saying, look, it was a battle, but it was also an uncatchable ball is what his...
He's trying to go the hand over the head uncatchable ball. I think route he's trying to go that way, but I think he's kind of being ignored right now. While the officials always maybe trying to coach the guys up a little bit.
Yeah, right now he's a cornerback.
12th man, right? Coach Brown territory.
That's a good one. Off the penalty, here's Luzzy. Ooh, a face mask. Not called. Luzzy turns, and Wantagh got away with one there.
That's kind of what you didn't need right there. Luzzy needed to just maybe get out of bounds and just, take what he could get. That the best player is trying to make a play, and big loss there.
I thought for sure Martini got the face mask. And instead it goes for a significant loss. And now we flip on the other side of the field back to the Bethpage 48.
Got Luzzy as the inside slot here. May end up with double coverage based on the free safety and the outside player there.
Galgano gets a good block. Look out! The sack comes from the other side. Luke Janasco. And timeout for Bethpage. Janasco. He's a moving, blocking tight end, but his strength is on this side of the football as a DN, the physical blocker. He brings the defensive motor on offense, but defensively, Sachs calls him one of the best DNs in Nassau County. He had a couple of sacks last week. This a huge one as well.
Well, he's the defensive end away from the play. Beats the tight end there on the block. And, I think in Galgano's defense, he thinks he has a little bit more time to let the play develop. He's quarter rolling a little bit. And great play there by Janasco, just making the blocker miss, speed to the quarterback, and making the play.
Yeah, Janasco also had a pair of sacks in the county final a year ago when Wantagh beat North Shore in the Conference 4 final. An all-county wrestler as well is Janasco.
Sure, wrestling, another one of those sports that has Wantagh on the map, right? One of the best wrestling programs perennially in Nassau County. Football and wrestling kind of go together quite well with those linemen, right? Hand fighting and getting your hands free and quick hips and those type of things. Tough situation here for the Golden Eagles, Dylan. Probably you have two plays here, right?
Yeah, you've got to go. You're back on your own 29 now, right? So you've got to go 25 yards to get a first down. And you can see in the bottom right of your screen there the time left in this one as well. So time and
3rd and 25.
down and distance, all that right now. Scoreboard, everything against Bethpage at the moment.
I don't think you try to get it all here at once, Dylan. Maybe you get a catch and run and half it, and then try to do the same thing the next time.
Here's Galgano.
Screen.
He's got so much time. Finally, now the rush comes. Goes to Galgano, a flag in the backfield.
Well, Dylan, you have the entire offensive line downfield. So you have illegal players downfield, all those numbered players, right? Numbers 50 to 79 can't be downfield if the ball's being thrown ahead of the line of scrimmage.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
And that is the call. An ineligible or
It'll be 4th down.
numerous ineligible receivers
I
downfield.
think they tried to go screen there, but it got sniffed out by the Wantagh defense, and Wantagh might decline the penalty and just take the down. Right now, you have 4th down and very long. And I see like Wantagh now getting that umbrella look on defense, right? Early in the year, week 2, well, what have you practiced, right? They're in this umbrella look on defense.
We saw that same look, or a similar look, right, at the end of the first half. Empty backfield for Galgano. 4th and 25. Here comes the rush. That's Casey coming towards Galgano. Gets it up in the air. That's incomplete. No flags. And a turnover on downs. Burns was the intended target. You like as well upfield or all the way back. Galgano and Casey, a little bit of a pounds for each other as well. A show of sportsmanship for both of those Warriors. And we switch to fields as now the Wantagh Warriors look to try to close this game out.
Yeah, pretty difficult situation to throw one of those relatively deep balls or deep coverage there. You're hoping for a penalty or a deflection, a tip ball, just a great athletic play. And now Wantagh's going to have it on the 39-yard line of Bethpage. You have, 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here, and I think Bethpage has no timeouts, right? I think. So, scoreboard is reading 3, but that's definitely not correct. And
1st and 10 for Wantagh. Bethpage
Wantagh still might need a first down though to end the game.
Warriors open this season with a 34-0 win against Valley Stream North. A lopsided score, but Sachs wasn't happy with what he saw from his team. Wanted the execution to be a little bit better than what he saw.
Well, I think against a very formidable opponent in the Golden Eagles, the execution was pretty good today. Football,
especially when you needed it, right?
Absolutely. Football's a game where you have 11 men. Have to not play. Very few plays are going to be perfect, and the guys on the other side of the line, they're playing too, right? So it's going to be strengths and weaknesses on every play, and hits and misses on every play. But I would say overall their execution was pretty good.
Manier with the gain on first down. Wantagh from here, they'll take on Hewlett in week 3. They're at Division week 4. Home for Southside. Home for Manhasset, and the big showdown in week 7 at Plain Edge before they close out the regular season at Floral Park.
Yeah, I think, Dylan, the takeaway for the Bethpage guys, even if they don't get to take the loss here today, is that they have a good team, and have to come back next week playing. There goes Martini.
Yeah, Martini in and out of traffic, can't get taken down by one guy inside the 10. What a player Tyler Martini is. Martini
shaken, not stirred. There it is.
I was wondering when that was coming out from you.
Great, very impressive. I have not seen Tyler Martini play in person, and a very, very good high school football player. Maybe they can win the W. It's very, very close.
How about this too, right, where can you pop one in right at the end for a touchdown? Sure, but this is here, the show of respect as well from Sachs, and realizing, look, job well done. We don't need any extra icing on this cake.
Touchdown doesn't do anything for you, Dylan. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to, you just extend the game here. It's pretty obvious right now by everyone in attendance who's going to win the game, and take a knee, do the right things, keep the guys from whacking each other up a few more plays, and show a sign of respect for the opponents, who are definitely a formidable opponent today.
Bethpage from here, they'll go to Lynbrook in week 3. They're home for Floral Park. They also have that big game at Plain Edge, right? The backyard brawl. That's week 5. Week 6, they're at Hewlett. Week 7 against Valley Stream North. They end the regular season at South Side.
And that is the end of today's game.
So that does it. Final score here. It's 20-13. Wantagh with the victory over Bethpage. The Warriors improve to 2-0 on the season, and Bethpage is now even at 1-1. And again, when you talk impact players before the game, well, Tyler Martini was that for us, and he certainly balled out today. A huge performance by Tyler Martini, 2 touchdown rushes, and really leading the way, especially here late as well. You need to get a first down. He'll get it. He got that touchdown right after it seemed like momentum had shifted. That was a huge one, right? That 41-yard gain after Casey gets the blocked extra point. Just before we sign off here, I wanted to remind you guys a couple games that we've got on the slate next weekend. Friday night, we're out in South Huntington. It's the Catholic High School Football League Class AAA. It'll be Cardinal Hayes against St. Anthony's. Battle of 2 of the top 4 teams in that division. Kickoff that one is 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday, we head to Syosset High School. I believe it's their homecoming. It'll be Syosset against Freeport. A good one in Nassau Conference 1 as well. That'll be Saturday at 2 o'clock. That'll do it here from Bethpage High School. Again, your final score, Wantagh 20 and Bethpage 13. For our camera guys, Jack Schumann, Larry Caritney, as well as Director Extraordinaire, the Mayor of Seaford, Nick Louisi, my broadcast partner, Mike Hunger.